All right, howdy doody. Howdy doody. Thank you. Welcome, real friends of football. This is our college football segment that we are starting. This camera just like it really pisses me off. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna talk some college football. I'm gonna have a good time with this. There's a lot of things I gotta get off my mind. This is my venting. This is how I get a lot of things. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, guys. There is no way on earth. All right, that's gonna bother me. So, I'm gonna talk. Hold on, let me bring my little pad out. Pause. Let's see what we got here. Got my outline. What we gonna talk about? Colorado USC. This is what we're going to start with. Colorado USC, and then we're going to go into Clemson and how I think what they're doing for college football, it's the best thing. And then my honest opinion on Texas and how they are really going to perform in the future. And at this point in time, they're beating the crap out of Kansas. So we're going to get into that. Colorado, USC, good game. It was a game that I genuinely, I called. I work out at LA Fitness, and I'm starting to, I guess, how do I say, just talk more, get used. Like we're just getting used to people. I work out with kind of a group of dudes, and overheard some people talking football, and of course, if I hear that, it's like, okay, antennas go off. I chimed in, we're talking, and the whole issue of everything is like everyone's kind of like, Colorado's about to get their butts kicked. Like they're, USC's going to hang 40 on them, and it's going to be an embarrassment for Dion and blah blah blah. And I stood there and I was just like, oh, USC's going to ball out. USC's going to get points, but this will be a close game. Like I don't know in what realm they thought that USC was not going to give Colorado a chance, because that's what they do. USC has one of the greatest quarterbacks that we have ever seen. Like point blank clear. Like what Caleb Williams is doing. He's turning to the Steph Curry of what college football is. Like what Patrick Mahomes is doing in the NFL is sick. Like really cool. What Caleb Williams is, it's more, not better, but more. His arm is more alive. I truly believe that. Like it's more of a live arm. The accuracy I'll give to Mahomes, but the more difficult throw is more accurate. The average throw, Mahomes is more accurate. The more difficult throw, where like your legs are offset and it's like a crazy this or a crazy that. The accuracy on those balls, I gotta give it to Caleb, and the fact that he's doing it in his junior year of college football, so he's not even in the NFL yet. Like Patrick Mahomes in college was not Caleb Williams. That is something that people are kind of like analysts that are getting like analysts that are getting paid millions of dollars are saying things like, Caleb Williams is playing a lot like Patrick Mahomes, but they're only like they're giving like, but they're not understanding that they're comparing Patrick Mahomes to him as a Chief and not the Patrick Mahomes of Texas Tech, who was awesome and played kind of the same. But if you compare the Texas Tech Patrick Mahomes and the USC, you understand what I'm saying? It's not even close, guys. Like really, it's far off. And that's the unfortunate thing that's kind of frustrating me with it, because it's like Caleb Williams should be held higher than Patrick Mahomes, but he's not, because he plays so wild and free. They're saying like he's a poor man's Patrick Mahomes. That's what they keep saying, and I'm like, no, Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams, and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Like that, they're not the same. You gotta even say it this way. Patrick Mahomes, he's like a finessey like runner, and it's like cute when he does it, and he holds the ball like this, and he does all the cute stuff. Caleb Williams like trucks people. Like Caleb Williams is a downfield runner, and he's faster than Mahomes. Like it's the weirdest thing, and like it's because they're both light skinned, I guess. I don't know, but like analysts, they're so keen to like just compare a guy off of his skin tone and how he plays in the position. Caleb Williams. I don't see Patrick Mahomes, but I see Caleb Williams. Call me crazy. Call me crazy, but I don't see the connection. I don't understand the connection. I understand the connection. I'm going to be arrogant about it, but I feel good about my position. And but I do believe like Caleb is the truth. He's great. He's not going to win the Heisman because the NCAA cares about feelings, and to give it to a quarterback to back Heisman's, like, I don't think they're going to do it. We'll see. I think they really want someone. I think they want to give it to Shedeur if Shedeur won this game. The media, the sports media, wants to give everything to Colorado. Respectfully, the media and the college NCAA, they want to give Shedeur the Heisman, and they want to give Colorado a playoff berth, and they want to give the media. I'm maybe not NCAA, but the media wants that because Colorado's bringing in crazy numbers and attention. But back to, I'm at the gym and I got his name's, I don't want to give his name, no free clout, but he's a trainer and he's like an inch taller than me. That's why I admire this guy. He's a trainer. He's like an inch or two taller than me, and he's like jacked, bro, jacked, and like no body fat. I thought he was like old, but he's like young, like, I don't know, or no, I thought he was younger, but he was older than what I guessed. He's talking ball. He knows it. I gave him some tests. He passed the test without knowing he was being tested by me, so I could have a conversation with him. Some people I can't have a conversation with, so it's like, but he passed the Miles test, and so we're talking, and he's the one that's saying, USC's gonna, throw 40, and I was like, yeah, I agree with you, but Alex Grinch is still the defensive coordinator for USC. Alex Grinch, former defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, right? The place that I rep, I rep Oklahoma. They're about to play in a few minutes against Iowa State. Alex Grinch is a terrible defensive coordinator, absolutely atrocious. And ever since he was at Oklahoma's had a bad defense. And ever since he's gone to USC has continued to have a bad defense. And I don't know what's wrong with Lincoln Riley. I don't know what information Alex Grinch has on Lincoln Riley. I don't know what type of blackmail techniques or whatever, or I don't know how long Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch realized that they were actually blood related. I don't get it, because he should have been gone. Lincoln Riley should not have taken Alex Grinch to USC, but of course Colorado's going to have a chance. Every team is going to have a chance against USC. USC is not a playoff team. I've said it once, I'll say it again. They have one of the worst defenses in the college football because they have one of the worst defensive coordinators in the league. And the only reason why I can't say Alex Grinch is the worst defensive coordinator in the league is because I don't know all 156 defensive coordinators. But he is one of the worst. I could tell you that. And so of course Colorado loses, I think, 48-41 or 47-40, something close. It was by a score. Horrible onside kick. USC gets it. If Colorado had one more shot, they go and tie the ball game. We go to overtime. This should have been a night game also, I think. I think Colorado USC, it should have been a night game. It should not have been a noon game. I think the Texas Kansas game should have been the noon game. I think Colorado should have been a night game. But yeah, so there's that. I think that Omarion. No, I gotta know this kid's name. The receiver for Colorado. This is his first game where he's really getting I guess love and something. I don't know. Where is it? Omarion's. It's not Sanders. I even tweeted his name. Let's see where. Omarion Miller. What, like $170, $198, I think. $198 I think he got a touchdown. Balled out, did amazing. Did 2 touchdowns. I'm tripping, maybe more. I don't know. Alex had his stat line. Great game, man. 3 game and a touchdown. Yeah. So that's good for college football. We understand that we have a freshman now, Omarion Miller, that needs to have his eyes open a little bit, or not have our eyes open on him. I think Shedeur Sanders should stay another year. I don't think he should be thinking about the draft. I think he has one more year at Colorado. He and Omarion and Weaver and Travis Hunter get back. That's another thing too. Travis Hunter and Shiloh Sanders, the safety and the best the one of the best safeties in college football and the best corner in college football, along with him being also a really good receiver, who could definitely exploited Alex Grinch's USC's terrible defense. Didn't play and USC heads out at 7, and so by 7, wins by 7. So it's just Colorado should have won this game. They didn't. They lost. They got to go home. That's an L in the roster. They're 2-2. USC still undefeated. That's the way it is. Or 2-3. I don't know what week they're on. But yeah, I mean, USC won. Colorado lost, but good game. Interesting game. Colorado turned it on the second half. But yeah, Shedeur Sanders, I need you to stay another year. I do not want you to go to the NFL. I think there's so much more you can do. I think there is a Heisman that you can get. I think there is a national championship you can actually contend for. Make a good conversation with. Get one more year. Have your dad at the transfer portal, Coach Prime and Coach Dion, Coach Sanders. Hit that portal, and I think the things that y'all are doing is just phenomenal. When that portal opens this next coming year, you're gonna have the pick of the litter. You and of course a select few teams, and then your recruits should be doing pretty well as also. So Clemson, real quick, I want to skim through Clemson really quickly. I think Clemson being good is really good for college football. I do. I believe that. I think we got to have Clemson be good. I think they're an ACC team. If I see Duke, I don't really I know Duke's not going to go to the national championship. And if everybody wants to care about playoffs and you don't want Alabama to win every year, you don't want Georgia to win every year, y'all want Clemson in. Clemson's going to be the one that stir up the pot. I know a lot of people hate Clemson all of a sudden because of how good they've been recently. But, I mean, once upon a time when it was Alabama versus Clemson, a lot of people were happy that Alabama lost and Clemson was the new guys, and then Clemson wins again. First of all, if you hate a team because they won a lot, that just means you're a loser. I don't know if anyone's ever told y'all that, but if you hate the Patriots just because they won, you're a loser. If you just hate Alabama because they won, you're a loser. I respect those teams. I don't ride for those teams, but I don't like it when people are negative towards excellence. I really love excellence. I love consistently being good. And so that's just a Miles thought. That's just me giving you life advice that you're a loser. I'm thinking about cussing. I don't know if I'm going to cuss or not. I really don't know, because I really want to call you a fucking loser. That felt good, but I'm really trying to do better with God, and I don't want to, that whole thing. Just forgive me. We'll see. We'll see what it comes out. We'll see what happens. Forgive me, Father. But I think Clemson, they beat up on Syracuse, convincingly good win. Couple of guys I'm going to shout out. When we start our guys, you got to be here for the draft. We go to the Senior Bowl. Follow us on all of the socials. Things are going for us, guys. We're doing really well right now. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., linebacker for USC, number 54. He's LB1. He's really good. I do like Danny Stutzman at Oklahoma, of course. That's my school, but I see him the most, right? So, and I think he's really good. I think he's behind Trotter, though, and it's a gap. Trotter with the interception, few good tackles. He's a good commander of the defense. I like him a lot. And then Will Shipley, you remember that thing I told y'all about, the announcers that do the whole race and position? I'm going to do it right now, but understand the fact that I'm pointing it out clearly means that I'm not doing it. Will Shipley is Christian McCaffrey 2.0. Not as good as Christian McCaffrey. He's a watered down version, but he is bigger, I feel like. A little bit bigger than Christian McCaffrey was, or a lower body. He runs a certain way. But I really like Will Shipley. I think he's very decent for the ACC and what Clemson has. I just want to mention those two guys just for draft purposes when we talk about them later. And now lastly, we're going to wrap things up with this Texas and Kansas game. Not really the game. I just want to talk about Kansas or Texas. First of all, Texas don't have Jaden Daniels. They're not playing against the quarterback that beat them 2 years ago. They scaved out. I don't even think I'm pretty sure. I don't even think he played them last year. I don't think he played a lot of teams last year. And so they got lucky. I genuinely believe that. I'm sorry. I'm not a Texas fan, of course, but they got lucky and they didn't play that guy because the game was at 20-14 in the first half. And Quinn Ewers isn't good. Here we go. I'm here to say it. I'm not, those people, man, the liberation to just go out and just say like where you are in life. Like, I'm here. Like, Quinn Ewers sucks. I can't say that. Well, I can say it about college football. I don't like saying NFL players suck. College players are bad. You could be a bad college player. Saying Quinn Ewers sucks that's foul. That's not. He doesn't suck. He does not suck. He's a great. I think he sucks compared to his hype. Compared to the hype he is getting, compared to this whole first round quarterback thing, which I don't get. He had like a good he kept the game close against Alabama before he got hurt last year, and then just all of a sudden became this he beats up on the bad teams last year in the beginning of the season, and then he had a close game against Alabama that he didn't even finish. He had one the pass that he got hurt on was a touchdown, I think, and it was cool, but it was he comes back this year and they're talking like he's better than Caleb Williams or a contention with him, and I'm just like, what? What's the throw? What's the throw for Quinn? Joe Burrow, I can name you the throw that people. It was the he has so many. He had the Oklahoma 5 touchdowns, Justin Jefferson performance or throw. I mean, that's the thing with Joe. He has performances. He has games. Joe Burrow has games. Even Caleb has a throw. He has the Texas game. What's Quinn's moment? Tua had the national championship to Devonta Smith in the back with a corner. Jalen Hurts has had maybe not. Kyler Murray had his Texas game where he's run up the sideline that he lost, but still it was a crazy good game. Baker has his Ohio State. What is the game for Quinn that he took over or that he showed that he's a first round pick? People just love this whole traits thing, and he's got these physical tools, and all they talk about is how he lost weight and cut his hair. I'm they say, oh yeah, Quinn lost some weight, cut his hair, he's a first round pick. That's literally what we're doing, and we keep giving him that love, but I don't know, man. And it's a little not weird, but I just think the media, someone that controls ESPN is a alma mater's Texas, and they get the script. I don't get why Texas is always in this big I'm stupid. I sound like a hater. I need to slow down. I'm doing it wrong. This is not what I'm trying to say. Texas is a number 3 ranked team. I saw Michigan just beat up on Nebraska, and then I saw Georgia. They're playing with Ole Miss. I think the game's tied right now. Texas is a number 2. I love the talent of Texas. I'm saying everything wrong because I hate the Quinn thing, or I'm upset with the Quinn thing. Texas is a top offensive line. The boys are big and they move human beings easily. D-line too is really, really good. And of course, I love Xavier Worthy. Love Xavier. If the Bengals have a shot at getting him, I don't think he'll play, and I don't think he's really our style. But I'd be happy. I think he's a first round dude. And then you got this Jonathan Brooks kid. He's ready for the SEC. Hello. Two of them, $2 and some tutties. He looked like the first guy's Texas has guys. I'm just saying, Quinn Ewers, can we stop? Sark also, he is a phenomenal offensive minded guy. He's amazing. I like Sark. I have nothing ill to say about Sark. I think he's a genius, but let's remember Sark at Alabama, the kind of guys he gets, it's just guys that can make the throw. As much as Mac Jones was one of his dudes. AJ McCarron, I think, was one of his guys who Ewers reminds me of AJ McCarron. I think he's he's a little bit more tightened up AJ McCarron. That's all I see with Quinn Ewers. I'm sorry. Like, and you know, AJ McCarron won a national championship. He did. He won a national championship, but at the end of the day, AJ McCarron was still AJ McCarron. He wasn't anything like better than that. And those Alabama teams were stacked. And the offensive coordinator was Sark. Unless he was at USC. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure no, Sark was there. Had to have been. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the style. And then Texas is the new Alabama, it looks like. They're on the way of being that new Alabama. And if they win the national championship, which I think they can, I think they are one of the best teams in the country, which everyone kind of co-signs. Like, their talent, Texas is so good. But this whole, like, they're talking about it like they're good because they finally have the quarter. You ain't got no. Hear me. Seriously. Texas would be so much better. So much better. I'm not BSing you. If Sam Ehlinger was the quarterback for Texas right now, as a Oklahoma fan, I would already have penciled them in as the national champion. I would. It's Sam Ehlinger in this offense with all this running power, with all this SEC running power, and these offensive linemen that are massive, and the fact that Sam Ehlinger hits those passes. Like, the thing is with the issue with Quinn Ewers, and I'll wrap this thing up. He lets the concept complete his ball. Like, he lets the offense, like the way it runs, complete the passes. He doesn't like zip a ball in super tight. And Alex, the co-host, I had asked him, and this was already at halftime. At halftime, he had 0 balls pause of him making a completion that the concept didn't have that receiver wide open, like a throw that most quarterbacks could make. Now, Quinn does have to do the progression deal and find the open guy. That's where he's separate. That's why I think he's a good game manager, but he's not like the elites, because some guys can't even go into that progression, can't find the open guy. Quinn can find the open guy pretty well, but the concept is wide open for him. It's nothing that a guy that can find the progression, go through the progression, can throw the ball. And then after you get the progression, and when the concept's not helping you, it's fitting those crazy balls in there, pause, where you look good, you look special. I saw Sam Ehlinger do those. Whether it even be like a 50-50 ball, it was on point. And so, yeah, Texas, they're good. I think they're back. They need to get the quarterback position cleaned up. This Kansas game was really close, guys. I think they're back within the realm of having the talented individuals. Actually, it's the trenches is what separates them. I think they've always had good skill guys, but the trenches, those guys are massive. That offensive line is massive for Texas, and so I think they're back because they're running the ball like an SEC team. They're running it really, really well, and I'm worried about the Red River rivalry. Never been able to say it once, right? So, Red River rivalry. But Real Friends of Football will be there, so look out for that. We'll give you all some content. We're gonna be out there at Texas OU game. Gonna be good. Gonna be fun. Super excited. Hopefully Oklahoma could beat. Let's see if they're playing. If the game's on yet for Iowa State, ESPN. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, they are playing. So, not yet. So we're gonna wrap this up. Texas is back. Quinn is not the reason why. Clemson is love that you're doing it again, Clemson. Like, you're here for it, and y'all are doing well. And then Colorado, USC, great game. Colorado. Oh, and Quinn. Oh, last point. Sorry, Quinn Ewers is his agent is gonna say, "Hey, dude, you're not gonna go in the first round." Or if Quinn Ewers enters the draft, it's gonna be Will Levis, but worse. Kenny Pickett looks better than Quinn Ewers, and that's a fact. And Kenny Pickett was the 17th pick in the first round. So, I mean, I don't think Quinn Ewers is a first-round quarterback. So, I leave you with this. Guys, and I'm not wrong. Also, I don't want to be a dick, but I'm not wrong at, like, a lot. Like, when I say things, it happens. But I'll say this, like, Quinn, hopefully someone says, hey, dude, you got to go back to Texas. You won a lot of games, but you did not win a lot of games. You did not win the games. Does he come back to Texas? What happens to Arch? Does Arch stay and stick around? Does Arch compete with him because they understand that if Quinn might who enters the transfer portal if Quinn stays? Does Arch or Quinn? One of them has to. I don't know if Arch is going to stay another backup for another year, especially when Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma is going to be the starter next year. I don't know. I just wanted to say that. Thanks, guys.